He did write a court story. I rewrote it.
What? Girls do not do rewrites.
Why not?
That's simply how we do things here.
Launching tomorrow on Amazon, Good Girls Revolt shares a decade and a lot of discriminatory workplace politics with Mad Men. And for that, the 10-episode first season of the series, based on former Newsweek editor Lynn Povich's 2012 book about the 1970 sexual discrimination class action lawsuit against the weekly news mag that 46 women, including Povich, at the publication successfully instigated, will get a lot of comparisons to the acclaimed AMC show. For the most part, those comparisons are lazy. And let's be honest, Good Girls Revolt is not and shows no sign of being the pivotal television that Mad Men was over its 7-season run. The Genevieve Angelson, Anna Camp, and Erin Darke-led GGR is, however, something worth paying attention to, for good and not so good. So let's get the not so good out of the way first.
What?
It's like you guys are fighting over the lower bunk bed in jail. Who gets to make the guys who are writing the story look better?
Interweaving real-life figures such as Nora Ephron and the ACLU's legendary lawyer Eleanor Holmes Norton, played by Parenthood's Joy Bryant, who helps the hardworking magazine researchers fight for their rights to write, so to speak, and real-life news events like the fatal Free Rolling Stones concert at Altamont in late 1969, and the FBI's attack in the early 70s on the Black Panthers as public enemy number one, Good Girls Revolt often gets tangled up in its own best intentions and multi-directional storylines. Add to that a less than spot-on period production design, which you kind of really need when you're going for a period piece, and the fact that it often plays into gender stereotypes as much as it is about the female researchers at the terribly named News of the Week magazine trying to break out of them, among other weak spots. And you find yourself confused about what story is being told here.
When we stand united, ladies, we can do anything.
Not to say that GGR is trying to be too clever, but actually the opposite, that is too heavy-handed when it could delve deeper into the essential workplace drama at its overly nostalgic veiled core. And, as the Dana Calvo, Linda Arbers, and Darlene Hunt EP series, whose pilot debuted on Amazon Prime on November 5th last year, does try to make clear, the supposedly freewheeling 60s and early 70s, well, they weren't so great if you weren't a middle-class or more white guy. And here, on the good side, is why you should check out Good Girls Revolt tomorrow when its first full season debuts on the House of Bezos. Because there is quite a strong workplace drama in there that not only reveals a time and place that many women may think not so far off, but also shows how change actually comes in America.
You're never gonna get your name on this page. You good with that?
In that sense, GGR would have made a good movie of the sort of temperament that the late Nora Ephron wrote, with the also based on a true story like, I don't know, Silkwood. With most of its male characters like editor Finn Woodhouse, again, the name's not such a strong point here in GGR, and reporter Doug Rhodes, mere caricatures and plot candy, it is the performance of the trio of female leads in Pitch Perfect alum Camp, Angelson, and Love and Mercy's Darke that really fuel this thing to its best and more interesting, and honestly, pitch perfect places, as three women from very different backgrounds and very different temperaments come together to counter injustice and prejudice. Even with all the accoutrements around them in the show, and which could be and should be trimmed if there's another season of GGR, these performances raise the bar. And that is why you should check out Good Girls Revolt. Because for all its shortcomings, there is a story of those times of the late 1960s and early 70s, and our times to be told. And this is the show that's telling it.